Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode. Guys, this is day 9. 9 days since Hurricane Melissa devastated half of Jamaica. I'm here today to talk to you about leadership. You know, sometimes I really scare myself because of the timing of what I do and the things I say. I made a post this morning on social media about leadership and crying in front of your people when they need strength. No longer, about 1 hour after, the Observer posted an article with Dayton Campbell as their cover photo, crying, looking to the sky. Dayton Campbell took his turn crying in Parliament on Tuesday after Ian Hales, Nikisha Burchell, and they're all coming out crying in front of their people and people who need hope right now more than anything. I have something to say about this heap of bawling. Before I go on, let me just say this. It is okay to cry. There is absolutely nothing wrong with crying. However, in times of crisis, when people are hurting, when communities are destroyed, and when families are grieving, what Jamaicans need most right now, guys, is strength. What they need most is hope, direction, and leaders who can steady the country, not leaders who themselves need steadying. But what we saw in the last parliamentary sitting and over the last few days with this heap of crying, my gosh, what we saw was something entirely different. Let us have this conversation about leadership, responsibility, the state of the opposition, because right now the opposition is in complete disarray. And Andrew Holness is not the only leader in our country. Guys, leaders are supposed to lead, not collapse. Okay? Let's speak truth here. There is a time for emotion and there is a time for leadership. But when the country is recovering from the worst storm in history, the people don't expect to see the nation's opposition or leaders, those who claim they are ready to govern or who are governing, in a state of emotional meltdown. First, it was Ian Hales putting up on TikTok a video of him crying. Then it was Nikisha Burchell. She and her leader, the two of them come out a ball. Me hear say Bunting down a South Manchester a ball. And then, as if taking turns bawling wasn't bad enough, Dayton Campbell, him come out and join the bawling line. One by one, them going to bawl. Look here, now is not the time for that. Taking up their moment at the mic and at the podium, not to offer solutions, not to offer direction in a serious way, but to bawl and get their 5 minutes of fame, if you can call it that. So now Jamaicans are saying, what is going on? I'm saying what's going on. You know? Guys, from we little and a grow, we hear them say, wicked people of Baal. Oh no, me I just start the truth and done. You see these tears that we see coming from these people, they are not tears of compassion. And I'm just calling it what it is. These are not tears for the people they represent. These are tears of pressure, tears of frustration, tears of realization. Guys, September 3rd still haunts the opposition, PNP. Let us not pretend here. From September 3rd, the night of the election, some people wanted to bawl right there. And when I say some people, I am referring to them now because I'm talking about them. Some only held it together because the cameras were on. You see them run up and down and say them win with them 28 seats. And every time they replayed clips from Prime Minister's inauguration, seeing people like me at the inauguration, every time they see the size of the crowd, the energy, the confidence, the mandate, it hits them all over again. Because deep down, no matter what spin they put on it, no matter how they try to sweeten it, they know the truth. They lost the election. And worse, they are still not ready to govern. So now, in the midst of a national disaster, they are faced with the weight of their constituencies looking to them for relief, for leadership, for competence, and they simply do not have the capacity. Hence the tears. Constituencies in crisis and the representatives are unprepared. This is what it's about. Let's look at the reality on the ground. Some constituencies, especially those represented by certain opposition MPs, were severely impacted by this hurricane. Entire communities are dealing with the collapse of roads, flooded homes, destroyed livelihoods, and families who have lost everything. And historically, and this is important, historically, many of these MPs have not been held to high standards of performance, not by their party, not by their leadership, not even the people and voters they serve. So now, when the pressure is on and the people are begging for genuine assistance, these MPs are facing something they've never faced before, something they're not accustomed to: accountability, responsibility, and expectations. And because they do not have the systems, the efficiency, and the discipline or the track record to manage a crisis at this scale, what happens? Emotions take over, frustration take over, tears take over. This is the deeper reason behind the emotional display. Not compassion, not heartbreak for the people. It is the weight of incompetence colliding with responsibility. Okay? So, this $50 million that they propose, let us talk about it. The opposition's proposal for each MP to receive $50 million to distribute to their constituencies. Hear me, guys, and hear me clearly. This is not about denying help to the people. This is about protecting the people. Because if an MP cannot manage basic constituency development, if an MP cannot even manage their own emotional stability outside of the parliament and inside of the parliament, if an MP has shown time and time again a pattern of inefficiency, why on earth should taxpayers hand over $50 million and simply hope for the best? Jamaica cannot operate on trust me, man. No, we need systems, structure, and accountability. And that is why assistance must be delivered directly to the people affected through transparent, organized, empathetic, and verifiable channels. The government must ensure that relief reaches those who actually need it, not those who simply want political leverage. And this isn't personal, guys. It's principle. Here is the 28-seat reality check. Let's talk about those 28 seats right now in real time. The opposition keeps calling it a win. They celebrate it. They hold on to it with both hands. Very tight, yes. But reality can be harsh sometimes. Unavoidable reality is finally setting in. They did not win the election. They do not form the government. And holding 28 seats does not magically give them competence, credibility, or capacity. Representation without result is not leadership, okay? So numbers without performance are meaningless. And perhaps that is what's hurting the most. Because now, national eyes, international eyes, I should say, are watching them. Not just their diehard supporters. And Jamaica is realizing that the emotional chaos on display is not an isolated moment. It is a symptom of a party struggling to find direction, unity, and purpose. Jamaica needs stability, not spectacle. Jamaica is at a critical crossroad right now, guys. half of our country, half, was hit by the most devastating hurricane in its history. Half the country, okay? So we are rebuilding infrastructure, restoring livelihoods, holding it together, and holding together the social fabric of the affected communities. What Jamaica needs right now is not theatrics, not emotional outbursts, emotional breakdown broadcasted across the country through parliament and social media. Look here, Jamaica needs steady hands. Jamaica needs level heads. Jamaica needs individuals who can focus on the task at hand. And if the opposition wants to be seen as a government in waiting, they must demonstrate the maturity, discipline, and the composure required to lead, not crumble under pressure. Because leadership is not a title, leadership is a temperament. Here is my closing message to the nation today. I am not here to mock anybody for crying. I am here to speak the truth that many Jamaicans are already thinking. Emotion is human, but leadership requires more than emotion. And right now, the opposition is showing the country that they are unprepared for the magnitude of responsibility that comes with governance. This is not the time for political games. This is not the time for grandstanding. This is the time for competence, structure, and accountability. And most importantly, it is the time for direct assistance to the people, not middlemen, not political agents, not MPs who lack the systems to administer funds effectively. Jamaica cannot afford mismanagement. Jamaica cannot afford delays. Jamaica cannot afford for relief efforts to get lost in politics. Our people deserve better, guys. And we will continue to say it, and say it loud, clear, and unapologetic. The opposition is in disarray. The country needs leadership. And Jamaica cannot gamble its recovery on emotional instability. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, if he had come to Parliament bawling Tuesday, I would be singing the same tune. Because now is not the time for that. Go bawl your yard. When you come out facing the people, they need leadership. Guys, this is Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Keep it locked here. Make sure you are subscribed. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share it with a friend. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Jamaica, stay strong, stay focused, and stay rebuilding.